Hi, welcome to Find Your Flock. I'm your host, Dr. Sandra Clavijo from the Schaefer School of Engineering and Science at Stevens. If you're unsure about which engineering major to choose, you're in the right place. Each episode, I chat with students and recent grads about their favorite classes, internships, professors, and more, helping you discover the path that fits you. Today's guest is a very recent grad from biomedical engineering. Diya Jariwala, welcome to Find Your Flock.
Hi, thank you.
So happy to have you here. We'd love to get started finding out a little bit about yourself and what you studied as an undergrad.
Sure. So my name is Dia, and I actually just recently graduated from Stevens 2 weeks ago. And I studied biomedical engineering.
Excellent. Did you always know you wanted to study biomedical engineering? Because I see a
I,
little varied experience.
Actually, no. Funny story. Coming into college, I didn't apply to any schools as a BME. I switched to BME the summer before college started, after I committed to Stevens.
Excellent. So you applied to Stevens not for biomed. How fun.
Mhm.
So for some of our listeners who don't know about biomedical engineering, it is a newer engineering discipline. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what biomedical engineers study?
Sure. So biomedical engineers pretty much study anything from like your regular biological sciences. We take any type of science courses as well as the core engineering courses. And biomedical engineering is a pretty big field, and a lot of people don't know that, but it can be anything from clinical engineers who are in the OR with doctors to tissue engineers creating new tissues and stem cells or prosthetics or just like your everyday medical devices you see walking around hospitals.
Really neat. I know a lot of people think when they think of biomedical engineering that it always leads to med school. Um,
Mhm.
but there's definitely plenty of careers that don't lead to med school. Um, I think, preparing for med school, do you think our biomedical engineering program does a good job? Or like how does that overlay with, any plans of moving to some of those pre-health careers?
There's two paths you can take, and the BME advisor, Amy, is a great help to work with any classes you need to take. But so there's two main paths. A path for biomedical engineers wanting to go into engineering, which are like your normal core BME courses and your like core requirements. But there's also another path for specifically like pre-health students, anyone who's looking to go into med, dental, PA, like any of those like post-grad professional schools. And all they do is kind of implement our pre-health requirements that our grad schools would require us to take during undergrad, because there's a lot of courses that we have to take that aren't in the BME curriculum.
Gotcha. Like, I think psychology, I know that's one of the top ones,
Yep,
trying to
yeah.
get in, which counts as a humanities course for students. So the students would use some of their elective courses to kind of meet those pre-health requirements.
Yep, I pretty much used all of them for like my electives and humanities for pre-health recs. And then there are some additional ones like orgo and biochem that BMEs don't have to normally take. But honestly, like weaving them into your schedule isn't too bad.
That's amazing. Speaking of classes, what was your favorite class you took at Stevens? I know these are probably really fresh. So what was your favorite class you took at Stevens?
There have been a lot, but I think the most recent one of my favorites has been bioethics with Professor Robert Meyer. I just took it last fall, and I'm someone who loves a discussion-based course. So him kind of giving the reins to students a bit more, and just having it be like sort of an upper level course with just like juniors and seniors primarily taking it, it kind of gave room for a lot of great discussion over the course of the semester.
That sounds super fun. So what was your hardest class? Was it orgo or was it some other class?
Actually, I would say in my younger years, sophomore year, statics was definitely one that gave me a run for my money. And then in my later years, during junior year, biotransport was one of the courses that I found the hardest.
So how did you get through it? What kind of skills did you use to get through all those courses since you are indeed graduated? So
Yeah,
you
absolutely. Yeah, so at Stevens, we do have a lot of resources for starters. I did get a tutor for biotransport, but for both courses, engineering being so collaborative, I was able to find different study groups to study for exams with and just like review material with. Plus, our department also hosts a lot of review sessions before exams. So there are a lot of support systems to help you improve, and all the professors are very willing to help too. So like go to office hours, do things like that. Like of course, like students hear that all the time, but it is true. Like they do help a lot.
That's amazing. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your recent senior design project?
Sure. So, I love talking about your senior design projects. My entire group was super passionate about it. And so what we did was we created a device to improve the accessibility of cervical cancer screenings, in lower income areas. So we were able to implement AI into a medical device during the course of this year.
That's amazing. I love that. And I love the passion and enthusiasm you have for your projects.
Thank
It's
you.
always fun to see. I think last summer you may have had an internship. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your internship experience?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my last summer's internship, it has been one to kind of reignite my passion for medicine. I interned at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. So I got to work with, shadow, and kind of do research with a bunch of different physicians in various specialties of oncology. And it kind of made me want to pursue oncology long term now. So yeah, that
That's,
was really exciting.
that's amazing. That's in Middletown, right? That's my hometown. Just want
Yes.
to throw that out
Oh my
there.
gosh.
So super fun. Very cool experience. And I love when, internships really help solidify decisions and choices and, help you learn
Yeah.
different paths. So I see you're taking some classes this summer. I believe you're staying for a master's. You want to tell us
Yep.
about your master's and then your other plans for this upcoming year?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am staying for my MSM or Master's of Science in Management through AMP. And I am doing so because in my mind, like my courses are all going to be geared towards management in healthcare. So, in my mind, I believe that especially in this like day and age, any physician or anyone in the realm of healthcare could do with some business background because hospital systems or any type of organization are essentially businesses. So just kind of knowing what you're working with, who you're working for would be a great benefit on how you are practicing.
That's amazing. And are we applying to med school or I mean I do know I do see some other internships about turtles and kind of marine biology. So just I think a career for healthcare and you as a perfect match, but just kind of want to hear about that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am in the process of applying to medical school. I just took the MCAT less than a month ago, so I'm still waiting on hearing back my score. But everything else to apply to med school is like in the works, on its way. But yeah, my past experiences have kind of been like all over the place. So I went to a marine science like based high school because I was born and raised down the shore. So I went to a high school called Mates in Manahawkin, New Jersey. And I originally wanted to go because it was the only STEM based like vocational slash magnet school in Ocean County. But going through it, I would never trade that experience for the world. Like, I think going to such a like niche school gave me so much more of an experience than I could have ever imagined. And I got to meet people from all over the county, which was amazing. It put me in a new environment, and I got to experience a lot of things that I would not have experienced otherwise, such as working with turtles. So, there is a New Jersey nonprofit that has like a branch that runs out of my high school called Project Terrapin. And what it is, it's so like primarily student run through my high school. So there are a few branches of it, and one that I immediately got started with in was like the care branch, which basically is learning how to take care of sick, injured, or domesticated turtles, which we keep like pretty much in every classroom of my school, which is pretty cool to kind of see and have around all the time. Um, and then as I got older through high school, when I kind of found my voice a little bit more, got involved with the outreach branch. So we'd actually take like the baby terrapins, the hatchlings, to different like events and things like that that are environmental based or like things that are down the shore to kind of spread awareness on terrapins and like turtles in general in New Jersey because you do need a permit to keep them, but a lot of people don't know that. But also down the shore, with like traffic and things like that, especially in the summer, a lot of them get run over. So like our goal in high school and also like just like keeping in touch with my high school throughout college, I've helped out with going to events, spreading awareness, and just like kind of continuing the work of Project Terrapin.
I love that, even at a kind of marine mast-based high school, you were there with, taking care of the sick turtles and really kind of even nurturing a little bit of that healthcare
Yeah.
that really draws students into, a healthcare field, approaching it from different sides. That's so awesome. So looking back, what advice would you give to our current first year students? We have a lot of students onboarding, they've committed to Stevens. They'll be changing their majors all summer and all through the
Yeah.
next year. So what advice would you give to those first year students coming in about choosing your major?
Honestly, if you are an engineering major, all engineering majors take this pretty much the same classes for the first 2 years. So feel it out, see what you like, see what you don't like, talk to people, talk to older people. Everyone at Stevens, because we're such a small, tight-knit community, loves to help each other out. Don't be afraid to reach out to older students or just to reach out to even your peers in the same grade who know what field they want to go into to see what to explore more. And also, everyone will find their place at Stevens. Like I said, we are a tight-knit community. So don't be afraid and best of luck.
That's amazing. And then so give us your best pitch. Why should someone choose biomedical engineering?
Oh boy. Okay, so biomedical engineering is pretty much the bridge between medicine and technology. So it's about using engineering principles to solve some of the most pressing challenges health-wise of our time. It can be from designing life-saving medical devices and wearables to tissue engineering or advancing AI in healthcare. BME pretty much puts you at the cutting edge of science with a purpose. You're not just building machines, you're improving lives.
Oh, that was a good one.
Thanks.
Awesome. So that is all the time we have for today. I want to say a big thank you to our guest, Dia, for sharing her journey and wisdom with us here on Find Your Flock. If you're feeling inspired, confused, or just curious, you're not alone, and that's why we are here. Make sure to follow the show, share it with someone you know, and explore your next steps.
Thanks, guys.